I came up in Paradise Valley. I came to Detroit from Alabama in the late 50s. And I met Eddie Jackson. He lived around the corner. My sister used to rent from his father, and I met him that way. The neighborhood was a very close neighborhood. Normally you had to be on your block when the street lights come on when you were a certain age. I could be out a little later because I was a paperboy. That's how I got to know and observe certain things about the streets, because I didn't have to be in until maybe 11, 12, sometimes 1 or 2 on the weekends. It was relatively safe. During this time, you could leave your doors open. They didn't have neighborhood watch. It wasn't incorporated then, but people would look out for you. If people saw you somewhere else, and they say, ain't you so-and-so and so, or you're not supposed to be over here, you would instantly leave. You know? It was very close-knit. You had almost a store on every corner, be it a candy store or a grocery store. It was just a nice time. Even though we was poor and it was hard times, I always think pleasantly, back from that time. My sister used to rent from him. She stayed around the corner. Eddie's father, right. Eddie stayed on the corner of Beaubien and Verna. His father owned a half a block terrace there. I lived on Mount Calm Street between Beaubien and St. Atwine, and that's how I met it. Eddie's father was a pretty good businessman. He had a pool room there on the corner, and to my knowledge, he owned 18 different rental properties. He came to Detroit from Hot Springs, Arkansas. He was a different guy down there, but he changed his name. He had killed someone. And I think he made his fortune, or the beginning of his fortune, selling homemade liquor. And he put that into real estate. And to my knowledge, he owned 18 different properties. This came from Eddie and his brother himself.
There was a lot of underground economy going on in.
Right, but kids was kept from stuff then. Prostitution was at a certain area, normally around the Verna and the Columbia Bar. And you had drinking. Moonshine was a hustle that people brought up from the South. And the people that don't know what moonshine is, you can be drinking moonshine that's 150, 200 proof. It's just like drinking slightly sugared water. And it's very smooth, smoother than perhaps champagne or even the Cordon Bleu that costs so much money. Right, but it will get you drunk.
Okay, so let's say you're starting to get to be whatever age, a teenager, and what was your first kind of shitty activities before all this big stuff started happening?
What happened, I went to the military. Straight out of high school, I joined the Army. And when I came home, one of the people, I told it to different people because when you first go away and come home, I told Eddie that it's a world out there, how women was in different cultures and different countries. And Eddie was very interested in that. He listened to that a lot. Hey, tell me about this here. Tell me this about the Orientals when you was in Japan. Tell me this when you was this here, this place. And he was highly interested in that. But I didn't know that later he would make some money and travel himself and go around the world, literally.
Well, what about, were you ever involved in gambling stuff?
Well, me per se, I don't gamble per se,
You guys were pretty straight-laced to some degree.
We was straight-laced. We was more or less, you might say, monkey hustle stuff. We used to, when we first was traveling, Used to travel to Kentucky and buy pistols, come back and sell them, 2, 3, or 4. And after I got out of service, because it's just in 1965. I was in service from 1962 to 1965. Oh, I was in Vietnam through the Tet Offensive. It ended in '67 with the Tet Offensive. So it was just de-escalating when I was coming home.
So you come home from Vietnam.
Right.
And talk about how Detroit had changed, or if you noticed it was different.
Detroit had really started changing when I come home. One of the main things I noticed at first, some of the guys wanted to stay out in Oakland, California for a while. And I wanted to rush home to Detroit and, get back home. One of the first things I missed was the Gotham Hotel. This was a large black hotel that was very famous with black people, and it no longer existed. Certain things had changed. The city had started to slide, but you couldn't see it yet. It was just barely beginning, to go down.
So, when did you start? When did the heroin thing?
Soldiers in the Army, the heroin is so strong over in the Orient that you can't snort it, you can't shoot. They would smoke it, put it in a cigarette with tobacco and smoke it. But it's so strong otherwise, And guys came back with a habit that the local drug couldn't support it because the habit was so bad. Matter of fact, I remember reading in the paper a Medal of Honor winner got killed while in the liquor store, or probably to get money for his drug habit in Michigan, Detroit, because you had to use more by the drug being so powerful in Southeast Asia.
Needless to say, you never indulged.
No, I was always, ironically, I was always scared of drugs in the same. Never. I used to drink, but never no drugs.
Yeah, he caught from shit, wasn't he? He was coming back with the bag a little bit too quick and the bag was too good. I was like, you connected, boy. I know this. People who ain't connected can't do it like you like me. You'd be like, just wait 1 minute. Stay right. No, don't go nowhere. No, you ain't gotta go nowhere. Just 1 minute. And when he said 1 minute, he meant 1 minute. Next thing, kid would come back with that fish scale. I was like, this is Poppy. Yeah, I told you. I know big fella. That was their phrase. I know big fella. I was like, yeah, game recognized game. Yeah, you do know a big fella. Cause you ain't supposed to, if you can get it this good, quick, you know a big fella.